Welcome back. Welcome
We
back.
have Sandy Martin here.
We do?
We do.
All right.
She's
Oh, there she is.
here to talk about an event called California Uncorked. You're with the Writers Colony. And tell us what you do specifically, and then you can tell us about the event.
Okay, I'm chairman of the board of the Writers Colony at Dairy
Okay.
Hollow, and it's a nonprofit 501c3 writers residency retreat, basically. We have 2 homes, 8 suites. They're all equipped with full bedroom, full private bathroom, and a private working writing suite as well as part of their room. And we're unique in that we're the only writers colony in the United States that considers culinary as a legitimate genre.
Okay.
And that's huge for us. We even have a suite that is a dedicated culinary suite, the Kitchen Aid, built for us about 6 years ago.
Wow.
And it's got a full commercial test kitchen in it, indoor and an outdoor test kitchen. And we have, even as we speak today, we have the food editor of USA Today who is in town doing a book signing. She's written her past 2 books there. So.
Oh, awesome.
So
So people come from all over.
We've had, over the 11 years that the Writers Colony has been in business, we've had 865 writers from 44 states and 11 countries.
Now, are these specific food writers?
We get food writers, we get traditional and emerging writers established. We've had Pat Conroy stay with us, poets. We also have an art studio and an architect studio. We do fiber arts and textiles. So each of the suites, we have a couple of suites that are designed specifically for like the visual arts, and then the bulk of them for traditional writing.
Is this a retreat for them, or is this?
It is. They stay anywhere from a week to sometimes 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do they do any writing while they're here?
Yes,
They
do
gain
a lot of writing.
inspiration, I'm sure. Through
They do a lot of writing. They say they're very productive because typically what they can't do at home or work is get uninterrupted time. There's always something with the kids
Exactly.
or work.
And then writer's block hits them.
Yep.
all
And
the
so this
distractions.
is there, and they stay pretty well cloistered. We also feed them 5 nights a
They're
week.
what? They're cloistered?
Cloistered,
Let me
yeah.
write
they
that
gotta
down.
say
I like
that.
that.
That's an oyster with a C. That's cloistered.
Cloistered.
Right. So, but they do, and they tell us all the time how productive they are, and they're surprised. And we particularly like it when they have never been to Eureka Springs, and because they get totally surprised by Eureka Springs. They
doubt.
love it. The first 2 days we lose them because they go to places like DeVito's restaurant.
Right.
That's why I
Grand
say
Central.
how much writing do they get done?
Yeah,
That's what I
they
say.
do. Then they
Yeah.
they kind of hunker down and they do it. But we're thrilled to be part. This year's our first year being involved with the Food and Wine Festival, and we're thrilled to have been invited to participate because culinary is such a big thing for us, and so it's great. And we're in that unique position that we can have a fun event, but we can also promote all the fantastic restaurants that we have around Eureka Springs because we don't compete with them. We are there to help support them. So, and we're hoping to bring in some food writers and travel writers too. So.
Now, the Writers Colony, is that your concept?
No, it actually started as the first bed and breakfast, the second bed and breakfast in Arkansas, and the first bed and breakfast in Eureka Springs. Now there are, I don't know how many hundreds of bed and breakfasts there. And
How long ago was that?
in 1986, I believe. It was started by Crescent Dragonwagon, who is also part of our culinary history. She's a cookbook writer and a children's author, and her husband, late husband, Ned Shank. They had it as a bed and breakfast and the Dairy Hollow House restaurant, which is a fantastic restaurant, and decided to change, and both of them were writers and creative people, and so around 1999 they came up with the concept with Crow Johnson Evans to turn it into a writers colony and transfer it into a not-for-profit organization. So officially in 2000, the end of 2000, the Writers Colony was born.
And it's been successful launch, or since its launch.
It has. We struggled like every nonprofit,
sure.
but, you know, and we are just opening. In fact, during the Food and Wine Weekend, we have renovated a Frank Lloyd Wright Usonian classic home that was built in 1951 that was falling down the hill, and the Rennecks, who own the Crescent and the Basin, bought it for us and donated it to the Writers Colony, and we have been pulling it up from the bottom of the hill and renovating it, and so it's got 5 new suites in it, and it's all retro 50s. It's really kind of a kick. Cool. We've done authentic vintage 50s. You were talking about your car earlier. it's all real vintage, not
Oh,
repro.
nice, nice. Now, is this a year-round colony?
Yes, it is.
So someone that wants to book time in one of the cottages or suites, they can do that, right?
They can do that. In fact, we have writers groups, cooking groups, artist group, textile groups that.
Do you have to be a writer, or can you?
Yeah, there's
You
an
want them to be? Okay,
application
all right.
process,
Okay.
because we are very protective of our writers. So there is an application process that you go through. It's not horrible, but we want to make sure that, that we have the right people there
Right.
to support the other writers there.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because they get kind of close, too, and stay friends.
I'm sure that's true.
What percentage? It's just a question thrown out there. What percentage of Eureka Springs you think are creative-based people?
I happen to know that because
good.
I also
Well,
am
that's not a
chairman
bad
of the
question.
Arts
Good.
Council at
Okay.
Eureka Springs. We have, with a population of a little over 2,000, we have over 450 working artists.
Okay.
And that's from performing arts,
That's working.
visual arts.
That's working.
Yes, working.
Okay, but
Yes.
There's others out there.
There's others out there.
Oh,
I'm sure.
the support and everything, yes, that we don't know. And we've got terrific school systems, too, and like Clear Springs, which is an alternative, and they have a lot of emphasis on art, too, and visual. So it's a very creative town. And I think that's when writers come, that's the spirit and the energy that they get. And I think when people then are introduced and you have a food and wine,
Yeah.
and, how perfect is that?
Exactly.
Food, wine, creative,
Right.
live music, wonderful people.
Well, if you're slanted that way, you feel at home, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we'll slant you if you don't feel it. We know how to do that, too.
Well, tell us a bit about the California Uncorked. What is that?
We are from 4:30 to 6:30. It's kind of like a pre-dinner so that they'll go to one of the restaurants and enjoy the rest of the evening. We're doing California Uncorked. That will have 4 different wines from California, obviously. Anywhere from a sparkling brut to Cabernet, so a couple of reds, a couple of whites. And we have 2 chefs that are participating. Our resident chef, Yana Jones, will be doing some food pairings with each of the wines so that you can get a sampling with it. And Chef Rodney Slane, who is a recent graduate, he's moving to Eureka Springs. He's a recent graduate of Cordon Bleu. He's going to be there doing one special dish. You can guarantee that there's going to be cheese and chocolate somewhere in the mix there, and some other surprises. And we're hoping to get some live jazz to make it just a really nice, kind of entertaining, fun way to kick off your evening, and then go to another restaurant and enjoy some more food and some more wine. It's $10, and that is a donation to the Writers Colony. So we are tax deductible. That is free. You get tickets by calling the Writers Colony at 479-253-7444, or our website is writerscolony.org, either way. And we will also have a register to win a $100 bottle of red wine.
Okay.
So that'll be kind of a fun thing to do.
Now, does this need to be RSVP'd or
It's
not?
limited space. We have a wonderful living room area, kitchen area that was the original Dairy Hollow House restaurant, but we can only get
held so
about
many,
50, 60 people in there comfortably. So we do encourage people to let us know that they're coming so that we know. We're going to make a ton of food anyway, so it doesn't
This event is a one-day event, or is
One-day
it
event,
one day?
2 hours only.
Okay.
On the 8th, Thursday.
On the
the
8th. All right.
So you don't want to miss that.
Well, Sandy, nice to meet you. Thanks
Very
for coming
nice
over
meeting
today.
you. Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
for having us.
Hopefully, it's a great success. If you want to know more information about the Writers Colony, you can give you a call.
Yeah, well,
Contact
Linda,
information.
call Linda. That's my director
Okay.
at at the Writers Colony. She's there all the time. I'm kind of in and out. and
Okay.
She answers questions better than I do.
But we have your personal cell phone number. We're going to post
We're going to
it.
put.
Okay, fine.
No, we won't do
That's
that. We
great.
won't do that.
Okay, and I'll forward it to you. No problem.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very much, Dan and Amy.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll be talking with Margie Rowlands from Ramondo Winery. Stay with us.